Hello, there we go. Microphone unmuted. I remembered the thing. Welcome in everybody. Back to the stream. If you haven't been here in a while, we're doing some rewindy fun. Playing some Atari 50th anniversary collection celebration thing for which there is still surprisingly and shockingly no category on Twitch. Which is weird because I think it's one of the only Atari collections that doesn't have its own category on Twitch, despite it being a collection. So, that being said, I am here tonight. We'll be going for a while because I work at 10 and Lady QEW is out for a while anyways. So, hoping that certain things don't go down the tubes. I finally figured out how to get my stream to encode through NVIDIA again, despite my aging video card. So that's nice and seems to be working and not dropping frames. Makes me happy. And my backup process of all of my files is paused, which is good because that eats up network or disk or CPU, depending on what it's doing. So that being said, let's move over to a game capture screen. There we go. And get this all started. So I have a gamepad plugged in right now. As always, let me know if the game volume is not enough. But yeah, I have a gamepad plugged in right now and the trackball. I'm doing all right. It was an okay day of work. I had delicious pierogies for dinner and I have water with me, which is good. It does feel, I don't know if other people feel like this, but the start of the year, there's so much that is like planned. And you can't like accomplish it because it's like, it's stuff that's going to happen in the future. And I just sometimes, I don't know, the past couple of days, it's been like, there's been a little bit of stress in terms of, holding on to, I don't know, just the amount of stuff upcoming that it doesn't get accomplished, until it does, but that's like months away. And so that's, I think why some people do things like retail therapy and shop and so that there's some control over things. But the things that I want to buy are out of stock until later this month. Or in the case of IKEA furniture, out of stock until later this year. And that is annoying. I want to buy some Kallax shelves, and Kallax shelves are very much out of stock, although I do feel at least good. I saw some people go to an IKEA on TikTok and they were frustrated because they wanted to buy some Kallax shelves, but they couldn't because they were out of stock. And in my head, I was thinking, that's delightful, and it's weird that they missed the gigantic yellow banner across every single page of Kallax stuff on the IKEA website that says this stuff isn't in stock, they're having supply chain issues. So yeah, there are some supply chain issues there. That being said, there are some things in stock that I do not have the funds for, and that includes a new streaming computer. Which is also a work computer, which is also, anyways, new computers. We want to buy new computers this year. So that is still on the horizon. It needs to be saved up for. So, first game, in case you didn't notice down at the bar below, Lunar Lander, which is a game where when I played this originally on the Xbox One in the Atari collection there, I struggled with the playing Now that said, this is a game which was, it's not well emulatable by sort of any control scheme, because you do sort of have like, I mean, the original, let's just look at some of this stuff. There's the flyer, and if we zoom in, you can see that like that thrust mechanism, which doesn't really exist. I guess theoretically I have a joystick with like a little teeny weeny thrust dial on it, but like it's not the same thing. I like how you get close-up landing action though. This is a beautifully drawn game, vector game, but it's definitely interesting. This whole, I mean, like one of the sad things is that obviously you can't emulate vector graphics with the clarity that would have been achievable on the original. So I'd love to get a chance to play some of that stuff. We're not going to be playing Vector Skector, because that is a game that is from the Reimagined series. So I'll get around to that at the end of this collection, but that game is from 2022. That's not from 1979 at all. But yes, years of retail have shown you that they will refuse to read any sign. That is fair. And years of IT support have shown me that they refuse that anybody who gets sent an email with important instructions will invariably not read that email at all. That just doesn't happen. So let's zoom in on this machine maybe. Yeah, that's quite the I like in the 3D rendering they gave the thrust handle more of a curve. Very interesting how they rendered that piece. All right, so Lunar Lander vector displays were a new technology that allowed games to draw crisp, clean, high-resolution lines. Lunar Lander, designed by Wendy Allen and Rich Moore, was Atari's first vector game. In sharp contrast to fast-paced arcade games, Lunar Lander was a deliberate, methodical game in which the player had to carefully land a space capsule on the surface of the moon. So let's pop in here and play this game. Gosh, this is a pretty game. And I like that they sort of have emulated a little bit of the vector shake. I don't know how much like that comes across on stream, or if Twitch's max bitrate is sort of cramping the style there, but certainly it's an interesting system that we have. I'm gonna try to see. Okay, so we have glow. Oh, we can change the amount of vector glow. That's delightful. I'll probably keep that as default as I can. We'll keep the screen mode on original. The border is fine. What I really want to see is, first of all, this flyer. This is the world's most authentic video simulation of outer space action. 4 different missions selectable. I don't think it was as easy to select missions on the other Atari collection either. But I want to see the controls. So I have left. So I have a throttle, left, right, and abort, and then the game select, insert coin, start, and game options. So game select was that. Okay, so training mission has light gravity, friction from atmosphere, and controlled rotation. Cadet mission, moderate gravity, no friction, controlled rotation. Prime mission, strong gravity, no friction, controlled rotation. And command mission, moderate gravity, no friction, and rotational rotation. We'll start with the training mission and see where we get. I think I've been putting in a bunch of extra fuel units. This is actually the first time that I've been able to insert lots of credits into a arcade game of this type in emulation. So I appreciate that. Let's just max that out. We've given this machine all of our money, all of it. Let's pretend we're rich. And yeah, and you can just add coins, I think, as you're playing this game to get more fuel. So How do I do thrust? Oh, there we go. Okay. So I do want to slow down. I'm trying to land on that 5x spot. So what's going to happen at some point anyways, I like that I have the horizontal speed. I swear this has never been at emulated this well before, which, like, honestly, Digital Eclipse not always the greatest at emulating things. And I destroyed myself. I was going too fast vertically, 39 down. I just genuinely don't remember all of the heads-up display on previous versions of this. Still not my favorite control scheme, and I might want to try this on keyboard, but yeah. Hello, I'm a little teapot. Nice to see you. So yeah, this is the Atari 50th anniversary collection version of Lunar Lander. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I did not slow down again. Yeah, I had a last November I got COVID. That was annoying. And then December was really busy. And so now, finally, January, less busy. Not busy, just less busy. Trying to slow myself down, but actually still get to this. Like, I guess the 5x spot is supposed to be more difficult. But also, I still have yet to look up what, if any, Steam, like, achievements there are. I really want to go slower than this. Like, so much slower than this. Please, please. Okay. So touchy. Ah! Please go over that way a little bit more. I think I can do this. Oh, there we go. The Columbia has landed. 250 points. And so that was the training mission. Let's move up to cadet, because apparently I can just change that on demand, which is exciting. So I'll try again for the 5x. This moderate gravity is making it a lot harder, so I'm going to go over to the 2x section, because it seems like I wasn't able to slow down enough there. So there's this nice, like, 2x crater down here somewhere. My gosh. It's nice that I can just add fuel. I will say that. I'm hoping that some of the other arcade games in this collection have that same ability. Oh my gosh. Please. Please. Ah. Ooh, I do like that. So again, I'm playing Xbox One controller right now, and they've actually, it's not a binary. It's like not on off for the thrust control. They've actually made it sensitive to the trigger. So congratulations, you have landed, as opposed to Columbia. I wonder how many different versions of that there are. And then Prime Mission. It is a great, it's a great game. I like visually, it's a great game. It's the gameplay mechanics are so simple. Oh my gosh, please just away from this. Thank you. And then holding and holding and holding and holding and holding. And wow, that is crazy. There is no way, maybe unless I can like get back up to that 5x spot. Because, like, I'm still going down. This gravity is something else. It's crazy how much... Ooh. And my vertical speed just dies really, really fast with this much gravity. Again, I don't think I had access to these other missions on the previous collection. I could be wrong on that, but ooh. Ooh, come on. Come on. Up, 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 up. Up and ah. I wasn't quite on stable ground when I touched down there. Hello, C-Jinx. Nice to see you. Oh, boy. It really does make you think about how complex space travel was. Especially because you've got to think that, like, computationally speaking, the electronics that actually make this game possible are probably more impressive than was in the actual lunar module. Okay, come up slowly, 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 but still up. Slowly, but still up. And then maybe just slowing down the horizontal a bit there.
Petulant Cobra just resubscribed for 23 months.
Petulant Cobra, thank you so much for subscribing. Nice to see you here. Okay. Apologies if I... Apologies if I slack on chat a bit when I'm that close to the landing. Huh. I think I got my trigger on faster this time, because I think I'll actually be slower coming into this approach. And I'm still on Prime mission. Oh boy. But I'm really moving fast side to side, and I want to, like, slow down on that, and, like, maybe a lot slow down on that. Oh, okay. It is a little bit wild how much changing the mission can just change the parameters. It makes me wonder, though, if you can sort of cheat and get away with... Ooh, I'm moving way too fast. Way too fast and way too much on one side. This isn't too bad. Decent approach. Ah! Ah! Whew. Okay. That was a very difficult landing. Oh, and now I have different places to land. That's exciting. Now that I've actually made a successful landing. I want to see if I can get that 5x. Maybe the one on the top of the mountain? Not the one on the side of the mountain that really restricts where I can get to it? But maybe the fact that I was changing the mission was why it kept resetting. Oh boy. I think one of the really cool things about just the vector technology and the simplicity of everything is that, like, you really do get ooh boy. Come on. Yeah, still over 1. That's good. You just get like, I don't know, it's just, it feels so spacey. Left, that going a bit too much. I do need to move over more. Over more. No. Oh. Does anybody remember Mickey's Space Adventure? And how this is much more stressful? Oh my gosh, that was close. This game is really picky. Okay, and then you're back to the original stuff. So let's try... Here's what I'm interested in. So this is the command mission. And in the command mission, you turn also, I think, relative to your thrust. Like you just have rotational momentum. That's delightful. So instead of controlled rotation like I had previously, I like that this is back to moderate gravity, but the rotation is weird in this. Like basically you have to turn the other way. Oh my gosh, to like stop yourself rotating. And so this just is very difficult to straighten out. I am very worried for this, whoever is in this spacecraft. No, that is still moving too quickly. Move less quickly, please. Oh boy. That's like, it's not a bad angle. But I do need to move slightly this way. So that is the problem with the command mission. And maybe going for the command mission on the 5x space is, not an option anymore because there are 2 4x spaces over here. But my goal is to go to the 2x space now because it's nice and wide and happy. And I think maybe manageable. Oh my gosh. I just need to get over it and then stop the rotation. I just need to get over it and then stop the rotation. Okay. No. No. Oh boy. Oh boy. No. Bad rotation. Bad. Okay. I think I can land this on flat ground, maybe? Oh boy. No, not quite. No. Okay. Sort out my rotational stuff first. Okay, no, that's going too fast. That's going too fast down. Okay, there were no survivors. That is... I am sure, I am absolutely positive that there are people that like speedrun this game. And I'm just going to top up my fuel. And that is just impressive. For every action, there is an equal and opposite, but not necessarily equal reaction. Because that's what I'm kind of learning here, is that sometimes the reactions are like very much not equal. I'm kind of aiming for the far... Oh my gosh. I love this zoomed in game, this quote unquote, well, not, well, I mean, it's definitely a quote. This zoomed in gameplay. Do I have to land in a landing zone? Probably I have to land in a landing zone, I think. I know, Kate, that it's difficult to understand or comprehend this concept of too fast, but Lunar Lander is cruel at times. I think, like, from a money perspective, I think I've already put in, if a credit is like 25 cents, I think I've already spent maybe my rent on playing this game. I'm not necessarily sure that those numbers are correctly inflation adjusted, but okay, I'm trying to get over. I believe, if I am correct, and I could be wrong, but there was a bar/pizza place near my street when I was growing up in Toronto, and I think they had a Lunar Lander cabinet, but mostly I was interested in the Miss Pac-Man table and the pinball machines. I'm kind of hoping, so in Toronto at the X, they did have like a gaming kind of section a couple of years ago. And like part of that was like they had a bunch of like arcade machines set up to play. And like it would actually be really cool if some of this retro stuff were there. Come on. There we go. Great landing, 100 points. Pinball, I'd imagine it's difficult to keep pinball machines in service. Okay, stop. No, stop rotating. Thank you. Happy little spaceman in your happy little pod. Your horizontal speed is ridiculous right now, and that is going to be slowed down. I think the key in this command mission mode for this game, hot tips in case you're about to go on a Lunar Lander gaming spree, is to not engage full thrusters when you're trying to do rotation, because it really does mess with you. And I have a whack load of stuff again. Huh, interesting. Shops that rented PC software. I'm trying to remember if... So, like, I definitely mostly just bought shareware collections on CD, as one did back in the day. Now they just do subscriptions, you're right. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad rotational momentum, but it is bad vertical. Oh, I think maybe I want to see if I can get this 5x spot, and I think it's going to go horribly wrong. Oh, but maybe it'll be okay. Just even like centering is so difficult. Nope. Apparently I just destroyed 100 megabuck lander. 25 points. I just want to land one more time. I probably have to do like 5 landings or something like that to like get a Steam achievement or something. Again, I haven't like looked into what it actually means to complete this collection from that standpoint. I'm sure there are games I played last stream that that fall into some level of, oh hey, I need to do more on that. I like the slow burn. No, I'm just moving too close to the mountain. This is probably better. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to hit that 5x one. Just too much rotation. I would like to go down. Not too fast. I waste so much fuel like this. You can definitely do like better than this. The eagle has landed. Okay. So that is/was Lunar Lander. Thank you for redeeming Hydrate. I appreciate that. And thank you for the follow, Spammer. So let me just, I'm going to take a few seconds to just ban the person who came into chat and failed to spam. Kate, my pronouns are he/him. I believe that should be... is that even there? There we go. So, yeah, there is a plugin for Twitch chat, which is also now part of Frankie. I mean, that's a little bit out of date because I think there's some integration to FFC as well. But yeah, if you want to set pronouns on Twitch chat, that is a thing that you can do thanks to Alejo Pereira, who made that possible, which is delightful. Okay. Oh gosh. And yes, they are possible to edit. You can sort of change whatever you want to have there. You just have to go and log in and set them and edit them on the same site. I know that they, or I believe also through FFC. Yeah. And I know that there was some building into flexibility for people who wanted different combinations that didn't fit into the combinations that were there originally. So, yeah. There we go. And though I do realize that I didn't actually put my pronouns in that message for when somebody types exclamation point pronouns. Oops. Yeah. And so there you do have the opportunity to either like, because you can set them without using the plugin that shows them. Anyways, it's pretty great. Okay, that was Lunar Lander. Okay, do I have this programmed in yet? Just a second. Yeah, I think I do. Okay. So we'll go here. This does work. Okay, cool. So this is Not an arcade game per se. I just think they didn't know where to put this in this collection. So this is Atari's take on, as it sort of mentions, Simon. So after the success of the handheld game Simon, which took inspiration from Atari's 1974 arcade game Touch Me, Atari released a handheld version of Touch Me that in turn took inspiration from Simon. Atari planned to release more handheld games, but this was the only one that shipped. In this collection, you can play a recreated version of the main gameplay mode of the handheld Touch Me. And so let's just see. So there was going to be a Super Breakout handheld. Todd Fry, creator of Sword Quest series, designed this handheld version of Super Breakout, which was never released. It would have been a 32 by 32 LCD screen. A similar handheld version of Space Invaders was also announced and also canceled. So this is the box art for that. A Breakout handheld with an actual dial. Fantastic. Oh, what did it say on the back there? Original Atari Breakout Excitement, large liquid crystal screen display, a 32 by 32 matrix, which for the time was large. Contrast control allows playing in different levels of light. So just like a feature of the large liquid crystal screen display that they had. Selectable skill options, on-screen digital scoring, space age sounds. I bet just from the looking at it, I'd imagine that the ball travels very predictably in this version of Breakout. It's a shame that never got made. The original art for Breakout, you can really see that they were still really pushing for that tennis thing, which is weird because I guess it goes sort of off of Pong, because Pong was very much kind of like virtual table tennis. And so tennis is very much the metaphor, but I just don't know a lot of tennis players. Like, I love this artwork because it kind of suggests a collection of tennis players that are like trying to break out of like, I don't know, prison, athlete prison, by like breaking through the wall. It would be a very, I'm sure somebody could do a sketch on that if they wanted to. There was an advertisement for this made. Gosh, it's amazing how far they got at like developing this product, because that looks like a real product. That doesn't look like it looks like they manufactured it, molded it. Like, I don't know what they were doing for prototyping stuff back, but then I don't know. Right, tennis is it's a choice, and it's an odd choice because there are definitely games where you hit things against a wall, unlike in tennis. So yeah. Delightful little tryst there, but here we have Touch Me. This is Atari. It's really the only names that's synonymous with fun and excitement of electronic amusement. After leading the way in arcade and home video games since the very beginning, we're ready to do great things in handheld games. With Touch Me, for example, a new pocket-sized version of an Atari game that's made millions in arcades since 1972. Touch Me is a brain-teasing, computerized test of memory and coordination that captivates players from 7 to 70. The variety and excitement are built in, with 3 different games for 1 to 4 players, 4 levels of skill, plus color and sound. Now there's no need to take chances with manufacturers who are just getting into electronic toys. Unlike Atari, who's definitely not with their first ever electronic toy just getting into electronic toys. Because with Atari, you get the leading name in the field. The field which they're just entering with this toy that did so well they didn't release any others. And apparently, yes, C-Jinx, there's an age limit cap on this. Which is unfortunate. Yeah. And it is just fascinating to me that age limit sort of exists for it's just from a marketing perspective. It's interesting that they were going with 70. Like, that was their conception of like too old to be interested in this in the 1970s. You get national advertising support, plus great proven games that only Atari can deliver. Come to the Knickerbocker showroom at the Toy Fair and see for yourself. When it comes to electronics and toys, Atari has the golden touch. I'm sure that's a reference to something. But we'll give this a try in terms of playing. So I'm going to look at the instruction manual of this and see what's going on. Touch Me is a 1 to 4 player game. I'm assuming this is the 1 player version because it did say the main mode only. We don't need to worry about the battery replacement. So there's a start button, a last button, which plays back the last sequence, the high button, which displays the highest score reached, the display window, the skill button, the eliminator jack. There's an eliminator jack? What the heck is that for? It sounds so violent. Game select switch, on-off switch, game buttons, start button. Okay, press start. So there are 4 skill levels, 8, 16, 32, and 99. For games 1 and 3, there are 3 skill levels, 8, 16, and 32 for game 2. If you select skill level 8, for example, the game ends after 8 signals have successfully been copied and so on for other skills. Press the skill button when the level you wish to play appears in the window display. To begin the game, press the start button. Touch Me will give the first signal. When you fail to copy the sequence correctly, or if you take more than 5 seconds to copy a signal, Touch Me gives you the Raz sound, and 1 miss is recorded against you in games 1 and 2. After 3 misses, the sequence stops. Okay, the last button is used at the end of the game. When pressed, it plays back the last sequence of signals. When the score is shown in the display window, the high button is used to show the high score. Power is turned off, high score is removed. Fascinating. I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but we'll see. It's definitely going to be a 1-player game. Oh, okay. That's hilarious. For multiplayer games, you just give the unit to your friend. It's not competitive. It's cooperative. I guess they can compete against each other. Yeah, that is a way of doing 2-player stuff. That exists. So I'm going to try to see. Okay, so there are supposedly controls. The mouse does exist for me. I don't know if the mouse is going to be good. Oh gosh, let me see if there are. I can hide the controls. This does seem like it's set up for joystick. Okay, well, let's start. Okay, skill level. Let's start at 16. This is super confusing color-wise. Good thing I'm not looking at my screen at all, my controller at all. It does sort of line up with the way the stuff is set up. I'm nervous I won't be able to get to 16. I'm so stressed out. I'm very bad at memorization. Oops, and I got that wrong because I started on the wrong one. Shoot. Okay. 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 Woo. Okay, I think that is my ability on this game. That 16 was difficult. Oh my gosh. I'm stressed. Okay, catching up. Kate, how much is that eBay auction going for? How much has it hit? Is it super expensive? And I did not oh, that's not terrible. And I didn't see the Pour for Symphony of the Night, but yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Interesting. That is a game that a high score 16. This was the last pattern. How nice. Okay. So that's an interesting thing to emulate on this collection. Sure. It really does go beep a lot. Okay, cool. I kind of wish they had emulated the whole thing with all of the game modes. It just feels like there's not a lot of work that would have required once you already have it feels like the graphics are the hardest part of this, and maybe the showing up numbers on the display, given how well Pokemon implemented a calculator. But let's move on from Touch Me. Oh boy. Okay, Asteroids. Here we go. By far, Atari's biggest selling arcade game of all time, Asteroids was created by Lyle Raines and Ed Logg based on Wendy Allen's Lunar Lander hardware. It pulled in more quarters than any other game in the year to follow, becoming the first Smash arcade hit of the 1980s. It was also the first game with high score initials leaderboard. And in terms of the calculator, I was talking about the most recent Pokemon games, which had a terrible calculator. It was fine in North America. It was just broken in Europe. And there are very funny YouTube videos about the digging into that. 3 ways to play. Smaller cabinets meant games could be placed in locations where space was tight, so Asteroids was offered in a cabaret and horizontal cocktail table version, as well as the standard upright cabinets. So we have the standard upright, and then the cabaret. That's an awful looking. I mean, like, it just feels like you're gonna get neck pain. And then the cocktail table, again, I've only ever played one game on a cocktail table, and that was Miss Pac-Man. Notable and quotable, Asteroids was initially being developed as a raster game called Planet Grab with different play dynamics. The object of the game was to claim more planets than your opponent. Fascinating. All right, so Asteroids, again, a game that I think plays pretty well on an Xbox controller, from my recollection. I'm a little curious in terms of what they'll do control-wise. So let's just check the controls. So your old standard rotate, but we do have game options. We'll leave everything there. And I don't think they're going to let me put in more credits. So the inconsistency of that is something. I don't mind that the turning is on the D-pad, but you're right that turning on the thrusters wouldn't be terrible. But let's just see how this how this goes. So here we have asteroids. Oh, which before I actually get going on this, I should do the thing that I do. There we go. Asteroids. Again, this is an Atari 6502 vector game. All of the details that I could gather are sort of below. All right. Player one. This is one of the games, of course, that like, oh my gosh. What is thrust? Okay, there we go. I can move. This is one of the games that I played for ages in the Microsoft Entertainment Pack for Windows. If anyone remembers those, where they bundled basically, I think exclusively Atari games. Oh, and is there a shield in this game? I forget. I think not. I think the shield is in Asteroids Deluxe. Oh, that does make sense. Kate, very much that makes sense. Ah! I don't like the turning. Okay, so this is going poorly. Can I enter my name? Nope. Okay, I tried. I'm curious as to what the keyboard controls are. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna try this with a keyboard, because a keyboard is how I played this back in the day as a kid. And I have like, oh, there is, right, I forgot about that. If you go backwards, you turn invisible, and player 2 got started somehow. And let's look at the controls. And player 1 start is enter, so let's reset the game. Yes, reset the game. Players, okay, cool. Enter. We'll try starting this again. And I'll try to play this how I remember it as a kid. The limits on, I mean, I spend way too much time spamming fire. I know that that's my weakness at this. Ooh. So if you go back, you do let things go through you, as opposed to forward. So reverse thrust is kind of a shield, but not really. And I think that in Asteroids Deluxe, you get like a shield and teleport and stuff like that. Okay, no, you die. I'm having none of you. Oh, come on. Little rock. Okay, the rock is gone. Ah! Oh my gosh! Ah. It's so satisfying to like break up a big rock and get almost all, if not all, of the like little bitty bits. Which is... I was definitely more patient as a child playing this. Ah, shoot. I spent too long not moving. I guess it's going to be... How is selecting the letter not... Oh, it's down. That's a control for that. Usually that gets remapped in arcade ports, but there we go. And I think I accidentally revealed my middle initial, which is not something that I usually do on stream. Well, one of my middle initials. I do think that one of the things that I've noticed, comparing arcade collections, is that the Atari arcade collections for Xbox One, the Atari flashback collections, for the arcade emulation, you could change the arcade machine options to, for example, give yourselves more starting lives or change when the extra life was given. Oops. Shoot. I'm so bad at playing defensively. But basically it let you adjust all of the settings that you could adjust on the machines themselves with dip switches. And this collection doesn't seem to let you adjust any like arcade difficulty settings in a way that is, oh, I will hunt you down, little rock dude, or I'll hunt that one down. I'll hunt, oh! And I ran into a rock. Oh, but that took me to the next level anyways, because it was the last rock. That is a thing that I remember from this game, which is that, is that I struggle. No, I did not want to. Fine. My name is now, Okay. One player, start again. I also forget if I made Lady QEW play this game ever. And if so, if we played the arcade version of it or the 2600 version of it or the 7800 version of it or the 5200 version of it, or because Asteroids did get ported. Oh boy, did it ever get ported. And yes, I'm sure that that Lady QEW has played Asteroids before. Sometimes the snipes of these oh, it's teleport. Teleport is what happens when you hyperspace. That's what it's called. I now understand the instructions of the game, and I'm sure I would have gotten that earlier if I had read things. But reading is for reading is a really important video game playing skill in the 1970s and 80s. So that's, I shouldn't diminish the importance of that. I mean, heck, it's almost required for certain things. Like adventure games that are filled with adventure, unlike adventure games that are filled with terrible gameplay. Cough, sword quest, cough. Okay, men, z. Ah, dang it! That was nowhere even near a high score. That's fair, Kate Bloomer. That is fair. And yes, C Jinx, I do not think that Lady QEW is playing many arcade games. But I mean, this exists in like Flash form and it is very easy to play Asteroids if you want to play Asteroids. Okay, I want to shoot the ship. And when I say easy to play, I mean it is easily accessible. It is not necessarily easy to play. Oh my gosh. I just want to shoot the rock. And I died because I hyperspaced wrong. That's true. Asteroids is it's very implemented. Oh gosh, I bet there are mobile versions of Asteroids that are just like ads every single time you get hit. And probably also every 30 seconds. I do like that the enemy UFOs have collision and are not yet smart enough. No, go away, you and your target accuracy. The little ones are much better at firing. And the music is so stressful! Space combat! Okay. And I'm sure at some point I'll say something like, and I don't think that if you fire the rock that any of the rocks come right at you, and that'll be wrong. And then I'll immediately get hit in the ship by a rock. Like that. Why have I let there be so many small rocks? And I swear I shot that rock before it got to me. Oh boy. Okay. And then hyperspace again. At least that was at the top. But I think you get an extra life at I think you get an extra life at 10,000, and I do want to see if that's true. So I'd like to like not shoot. Also on my wish list is a screen with less lag, because I think the screen that I'm playing on is like 70, 80 milliseconds lag, and for arcade games like this, that is unforgiving. Ah, shoot. I got shot. And then the stressful music doesn't even reset. It's so rude. Sometimes it's actually really nice to have lots of asteroids flying all over the place, because then they do like get destroyed by like teeny tiny little aliens. Okay, where are you coming from? And then one more. And then that little alien dude is gonna wanna try to shoot me. Okay, I got lucky there. And I got very lucky there. And this is way more fun to play on keyboard than it is on Xbox controller. Oops. Yeah, asteroids do not collide with each other in this version at all. They have free reign. I guess technically they're like maybe semi three-dimensional or something we could claim. And it does, the game is nice enough to like sort of not spawn you when you would be under collision. Okay, you do get an extra life at 10,000. Nice to know that they have this set on that threshold. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 10,000 achievable. Can I at least once use hyperspace appropriately to avoid getting destroyed? Well, not in that particular combat. That at least is going to be at the top of the list. I felt like I was getting good there, and then, okay. Nice to see you, C Jinx. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Okay. We'll go one more time because I don't think... I don't... Come on. Because I do want to, like, learn how to use that hyperspace and, like, be swag about it for at least a minute. So that wasn't bad. Full clearing. Oh my gosh. That had momentum. See there, I was trying to use shooting to achieve all of my goals, and hyperspace would have been much better. Hello, Reed. Nice to see you. How are you doing? What have you been painting of late? Also, Happy New Year and things like that. Oh. Ooh, that sounds really cool, Reed. I have played a small amount of Banjo-Kazooie in my life. I will, at some point, play a lot of it because, well, the first bunch of games were in the Rare Replay collection, which I've had for ages, basically since I got my Xbox One. But also, I've owned them on Xbox 360 since before that, because Microsoft bought Rare. So, though I know that most people's memories of that are, I believe that was N64. Wow. That was... No, there we go. I can remember my initials that I used for arcade games on the internet. There we go. Locked it in. So no successful hyperspacing there because I completely, again, forgot that the option even existed. It would have been funny if they had included the, like, Windows 3.1 versions of things, which, like, I always can, I suppose, pull up. I do actually have, in case anybody's really interested in playing, old Windows 3.1 games, check out a project, I think it's called ExoWin 3.1. Or EXO 3.1 or something like that. Anyways, very good access to... Oh! I actually did press the hyperspace button. I just pressed it too late. I think my biggest experience playing... playing on N64 was when they had N64s in McDonald's. That was basically the only time I really ever played N64 as a kid, because I did not have consoles. I had computers. Is there a way to play Space Cadet on modern PCs? There is well, okay. I believe, first of all, that somebody has actually fixed the executable so that Space Cadet is just playable. I'll see if I can dig that up at some point. There was like a blog post. I think somebody actually edited the assembly to make that doable, or like byte-coded it or something. But I believe that Space Cadet would probably be playable on Exo as well. They use DOSBox for stuff like that. Again, I forgot to hyperspace. Okay. M. P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I could be doing that the other direction. But I'm not. So yeah, I think natively yes, but also emulated yes, is basically the answer to that. Though in terms of Space Cadet, I think in a lot of the emulated versions, you'd be essentially looking for the full tilt pinball collection by Sierra, who originally developed the game. It's a slightly different build of Space Cadet. Has higher resolution graphics. Some slight twists. It was published by Dynamics, and I think that the Dynamics branding was left out from the Windows version because it was obviously published by Microsoft. Little Space Rocks, please. Nope. Okay, no, I do not like little flying space beepy things are bad. Okay, I just literally flew into a rock. I think if that had been the end of this game, then we would have declared failure and moved on to whatever the next game is. Okay, so we're declaring failure because, again, I think that I just gave my name as K again. But that's kind of success and failure. You're right, we don't tempt fate. That's fair. Okay. Go back to picking up the controller and scrolling through. Oh, missile. Okay, so we are going to play Missile Command. I am going to go find my Missile Command thing. There we go. Missile Command is, for the record, the first game on this stream when I was streaming from the beginning that I declared failing at. And that is because there is an achievement that one must get in the Xbox version, the Atari's Flashback Volume 2 version of Missile Command. You have to make it through 20 hours, 20 levels, basically. Yeah. So, I wonder if they'll have any videos about the... So we have, like, there's your promotional material, flyer art, delightful. And here we have just beautiful arcade flyers. Again, this is playable in multiple ways. The operator options. Yeah, the operator options, that's what we don't get to play with. So we don't get to, like, make the game randomly aggressively German. So, a decidedly political game, Missile Command was an artifact of the Cold War and also an expression of fears about nuclear annihilation. Creator Dave Thurer? I apologize, Dave. Creator Dave ended each game with a chilling "the end" that signified humanity's doom, an idea that came from the nightmares that he was getting from developing the game and dwelling on the looming specter of nuclear warfare. So essentially this game is an anti-nuke message, wherein we learn about the futility of nuclear war. I don't think that that political message necessarily landed with the arcade-going crowd, but we are going to see if I can use my trackball to control this game. Because if I can use a trackball to play Missile Command, then the Steam version of this collection makes that one of the better ways to play Missile Command if you have a trackball. So I'm going to check the controls. Left, middle, right mouse button Now, unfortunately, the mouse buttons aren't great. Ooh, but I could use ASD as the controls for shooting, because the mouse buttons aren't great, but the mouse buttons aren't great, but the trackball is. So let's see what this is going to be like. And I think I will not listen to Tom Sawyer because of DMCA issues, Petulant Cobra. But otherwise, that song is a jam. And agreed. And also, at some point, like, I guess in theory, does anybody know? Okay, this is like a way future question, but does anybody know if streaming on YouTube lets you stream like Guitar Hero and stuff like that without getting DMCA like takedowns and like copyright strikes? Can you just do revenue sharing? Or like giving all of the revenue? Like, I don't care about monetization. I'm just curious if, because like I love rhythm games. And if I have to stream rhythm games in my Discord, I will. But like, I love rhythm games. And so maybe we'll do all of the non-rhythm game gameplay for those on like stream here. And then, I mean, the reality is that I'm in like 1983. And so we won't be 1985 actually, but we won't be getting to any rhythm games anytime soon. And by that point, maybe copyright will, have imploded as a global system along with who knows what else. Maybe there won't even be electricity and I can't stream anymore. Who knows? Missile Command would have us believe that nuclear war is impending and will kill us all. So let's check this out. I really, really hope that I can use the mouse for this. Now, the thing that I really, really liked about I think it was the original Windows version of this. I also have an Atari collection that came in cereal boxes back in the day. Oh, Discord. Did that not pop up? Sorry about that. Let's see. The Discord is sub first. So it's basically, it is, requires it basically the way that the Discord works, Reed, is like Fiend's Discord in terms of being, you do the Twitch Discord integration. And then that's how you can get into it. Yeah, and if that's twitchy or anything like that, the main thing is that it is
Nintendo Painter subscription.
it is sub
Menzel gifted a tier
first,
1 sub to read the Nintendo Painter.
not a sub only Discord. So if you are subscribed, then you can join the Discord and then you can stay in the Discord forever. So feel free to check out the Discord, Read, when Twitch and Discord do their synchronization-y thing, and we'll gladly welcome you in. All right, so I'm gonna press enter, and I can use the trackball. This is amazing. This is so much better. S-A... I missed it. My gosh, the controls for this, just like, yes, do play this on PC with a Kensington Trackworks trackball. Ooh, let's S that. Ooh, that was really silly. D-S... D... Oh my gosh, A... D... I can't get low enough. Ah! Okay, so almost a good thing. I haven't lost any cities yet, and I think that's fine. Okay, so we live. We don't get as much bonus point as we would like, but... So, the main thing about how this is supposed to work... oh my gosh. I'm so bad at choosing my targeting. Oh, that's bad. I lost a city. I'm low. I know I'm low. Save that city. Okay, good. Yeah, YouTube. I don't mind about like things going in. Oh my gosh. There. I'm still doing better than I was at Xbox stuff. I'm just, you know, not paying as... Okay, I'm gonna lose a city. That's unfortunate. But I did get the high score. I wonder at what point I get another city. Oh my gosh. And these stupid things that avoid your shots are very annoying, and we're losing cities like crazy now. Bonus city though, so that's good. So this is supposed to like represent a sunrise, by the way. Just die, everyone die. Okay. So we may have game overed. Yeah, getting permission from the copyright holders for Rock Band games would be difficult because even Rock Band couldn't get the permission to keep some of those active from game to game. But I don't know. Spin ball, press any fire switch. K, M. Oh, I love spinning the trackball for this. So I will just say that it took me forever to get to the top of this this high score list on the Xbox version of this. So we'll try again. Nice and slow. See if I can get a handle on selecting what I want. I like when you can like chain things up. It's very pleasing. And I like when you can get bonus points. We'll do that. D for that. S. Ooh, boy, an S there. A. S to kill that. S to kill that. S there. D. D. A. D? Okay. Yeah, it's a very nightmarish game. S, A for that, D for that, S for that, A for that, S for that. S, D, S, S, D, A. Oh my gosh, I missed. We'll just do that way. And we'll still defend everything. Oh, except we lost the city anyways. Shoot. I didn't even see that die. Well, hopefully we'll get that back. There used to be this sort of like, you do this strategy to like, oh my gosh. Sort of you'd like, you want to like roll things so that you roll the ball and shoot at a certain speed so that you just get a nice shield over things. Oh boy. So I'm not better at this game necessarily per se. There's the infamous flashing the end. I didn't even make it to the high score list there. Okay, we can do better than that. I can do better than that. Probably. Probably. It is so flashy. I apologize to anyone who, at least I'm running this at 30 FPS. Well, stream that is. Yeah, I apologize to anybody who is seizure sensitive. I should probably put a content warning when I'm playing arcade games, because arcade games are not, oh my gosh, super friendly about that kind of thing. GA. Boom. Okay, no cities lost in the first 2 rounds. That's always a good sign. I will try to defend the cities. S there is probably... Oh, no, S there was a miss. Not bad. That'll blow a nice selection of things up. So, like, yeah, that kind of, like, shielding of things can be useful. And then you save all your cities. And then there's no problem. It's all fine. We're in the 2x multiplier section, which is great. Ah! Be very careful about some of this stuff. Okay, and that all did blow up. Excellent. 3x points. And again, I think the goal was to do like 20 levels of this or something like that. So much lost. I wonder if I still have it. I used to have city names for my oh my gosh, the speed of all of this. Why? I like my city. Please don't kill my one city. At a certain point, you don't even have to defend all of the cities. Oh, but I'll get a bonus city. So I'm gonna only have to protect one city. Which is, you know, a good thing to know, which I almost failed to do. And it died anyways, because those things have good AI, like, not AI, whatever, but the AI of those little flashy things is difficult to deal with, because they just won't, you basically have to hit them direct. Which is a thing. Let's try to get Jed off of the board. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen the explosions wrap like that before. And now I'm just going to play the patience game, where I like try to take out 2 missiles with one thing, because technically that's more effective point-wise. But if I get exactly 1,000 points, no, 1,005, I saved a whole missile that time. This game just ramps up so fast.
Incoming raid.
Garlic Grove, thank you for the raid.
Viewers, welcome.
Hello, everybody who is coming in from Garlic Grove's raid. I will be with you in a second. I am trying not to lose cities to the nuclear strikes of the Cold War. I don't even know if I can pause this, but let me quickly see if I can do a S out. Garlic Grove. Did that work? Yeah, that kind of worked. And here's the chaos. Okay. So we are playing today. I don't even know why I was shooting from there. That's a stupid place to shoot from. I'm very low on missiles there, and this I'm not low on missiles on. Okay, but I'm out of missiles, so now I'm just gonna lose cities. Okay, but thank you for that raid, Garlic Grove. Very nice. How was Celeste? And thank you to everybody who's dropping in. I will try and attempt to do a better introduction when I have an opportunity to do so. Oh my... I wasn't paying attention over there and I lost all my missiles. That sucks. And maybe they're double explosion. No, I'm losing a city anyways. And I will get you a new fashioned Twitch shout out as well in a second there, Garlic Grove. Oh my gosh. Also, like, if you have to go off, I know that when people end streams, they typically do so for reasons of, you know, needing to. So if you need to step away or whatever, totally understand. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Stupid, flashy, awful thing. Kill all the things. I've lost my city. Okay. Okay, so we get a little bit of a chance to pause. Yes, yeah, Lady QEW was streaming earlier this morning. And I get to stream today, and I didn't even enter a name. But Judd, I think, whoever that is, J-U-D, off the thing. So welcome in everybody from Garlic Grove stream. Nice to see you. Welcome in Garlic Grove, Live Laugh Slay, OJ8. I hope I got that all right. I'm K Menzel. I am a retro streamer on Twitch. I play a variety of games, including a bunch of arcade games right now. So I play games that are in my collection sort of chronologically. Technically, I'm in 1985. Today is what I'm calling a rewind stream because I'm catching up on some games that I missed because I got a new Atari collection. So we're learning about arcade games. We're playing arcade games. That's kind of what I do right now, but I love playing. I think my favorite games are like adventure games. So I love like King's Quest, Space Quest, things like that. Really excited about stuff like that. And in the games that I'm sort of currently playing in 1985, which I will get back to at some point, I promise, stream regulars, I promise I will get back to these games. But I am playing Ultima 4. And that is an RPG if you've never played it before or seen it. It is an RPG where you have to be good. Like you basically have to be like as good as humanly possible, as virtuous as humanly possible. Very different mechanic from most RPGs in the 80s. And then as well, I am playing with Lady QEW, despite the fact that it is a one-player game. We are playing Bard's Tale 1. We are playing the modern version of Bard's Tale 1, not the old version of Bard's Tale 1, just for the fact that it looks better and sounds better on stream. And so we're working our way through that together. Lady QEW is my wife. She also streams on Twitch. If you like Nintendo games, she does a lot of streaming of Nintendo games right now. She is playing the Zelda games on her stream. Yeah, that's sort of a little bit about what things are like here. Kate Bloomer says, I know modern games aren't your usual thing, which is true, although I will spoil that there is a K Menzel fast forward thing branding that I've put in now. So that exists as well. Bye Garlic Grove. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Yeah. And yeah, and we also do have fun, like the joke at the bottom of the screen, that is changeable with points. I don't remember how many points that is. I forget if new followers can sort of come in and change that right away. I think it might take some time. But there are also redeems like gaining knowledge, because we like nerdy things here on this stream. So if it's learning or fun or sort of in the intersection between the two, that's kind of what I like. Most demonstrated by the fact that I love playing edutainment games when those come up. But here I will play one more round of Missile Command. I'm just going to try to do like as few missiles as possible, and failing already. Ooh, some nice explosions there though. That won't be long enough. Oh no, it won't. Okay. I was trying. Oh wow, I really missed on that. I do enjoy Mario Party I'm Chaos on Mario Party. I'm Chaos in general. Okay, that did not bad. S, D, A, just really A, S. I am trying to learn how to like choose missile silos. So if I'm just screaming letters out, that is because I am controlling this with keyboard and trackball, which again, one of the things that I often complain about on this stream is how difficult it is to play arcade games emulated, because like an Xbox controller is a great controller for Halo, and it is a terrible controller for arcade classics. It's not an arcade controller. It was never designed to be, and so everything maps poorly. And but in this case, I'm playing this on Steam. Well, not on Steam. I bought it on Steam. I'm playing it on Windows. But the main benefit of that is that I do get to use my trackball. And if you happen to have a trackball around, I just recommend using it to play Missile Command. That's it. Don't do anything. Don't use it as a mouse. Just use it to play Missile Command. And I will here be chaotic. D, A, D. I don't know why I'm protecting my missile bases. I shouldn't be. I'm gonna lose so many cities. And so, I think this game is doing a good job as what it is attending. It's a very political game, as we learned. Also, I did know. Okay. Die. I know I sacrificed my city there. I will get another city, so like, I think I'll get another city. I think I'll get bonuses. Nope, I will not. I did not get high enough. I didn't have anything left over. I do not get bonuses. So, okay. And I forgot to enter my initials again. That's fine. Okay. That was Missile Command. And we're going to, oops, quit Missile Command and look forward yet again. So this is the Atari 50th anniversary collection, by the way, in case anybody's interested. It has like 100-ish games in it, 100 plus. Some of them are good. Not all of them. Some of them are Sword Quest. Some of them are good. I'm fascinated to see if the new Sword Quest game is any good. I'm also fascinated to see if they included the Sword Quest comics in this, because those are kind of integral. Nice to see you here, Kate. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Yeah. All right, Cosmos, the holographic handheld. In January 1981, Atari announced that it would release Cosmos, a handheld gaming system in which each game would be displayed atop a custom hologram image. The game graphics were made up of simple LED lights, but the holograms provided a dynamic, realistic backdrop. Atari never released the Cosmos. That is like such a cool idea. AI dreams of hologram, or sorry, I keep doing this. I keep doing this because of the font, but that is Al. Al dreams of holograms, not AI. Al dreams of holograms. Al Alcorn, who led the Cosmos project, discusses how it all came about. Alcorn's disappointment over Atari's cancellation of Cosmos led to his exit from the company. Dang, that's sad. Because Atari was, I guess, really interested in holography. That is a cool, that is a cool handheld. I'm disappointed that that didn't exist, because that is like way cooler looking than anything I remember in my childhood. For years, Atari has been working with laser technology so that someday the sheer visual excitement of holography could be combined with the addictive fun of electronic games. Someday has arrived. In the form of Cosmos, Atari's revolutionary tabletop computer game, Cosmos combined the fun of three-dimensional holoptic images, superb LED gameplay, and the most innovative ear-tingling sounds ever produced in this category. Cosmos is portable, runs on electricity instead of eating batteries. That's a benefit for this handheld. You hear that? A benefit. This plugs into the wall, which is what everyone wants in a handheld, because Not plugging it into the wall is a waste of batteries. And because Cosmos is programmable, it can handle a wide variety of cartridges. Right now there are 9. Space Invaders, Asteroids, Dodgem, Football, Outlaw, Basketball, Roadrunner, Sea Battle, and Superman. It's easy to see that Atari has added a whole new dimension to electronic computer games. This just sounds cool. Like this whole game system thing. Like, it would have been really, really cool. Like, one of the first, like, it's 3D in a way that's more accessible than 3D from, say, the Virtual Boy. Like, it's really disappointing that this, how do I go to the next page again? I go D-pad. Okay. Wow, sorry. Photographs of 2 holograms that were used for Cosmos. Many rolls of Cosmos holograms were manufactured even though the system was canceled and are occasionally found on the secondary market. This is a terrifying little picture. I kind of love it. That is a fun little dude. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Okay, we're going to take a little look at Al talking about his hologram dreams. So I'm going to get a chance to drink some water while we let Al do some talking.
When was this? 1980.
Oh, apologies. I do intend, usually, when I do this, to have captions on, just for those who might need captions.
When was this? 1980, 81, that time frame. Prior to Ray Kassar's emergence, I was part of the executive staff, you know, and Nolan, Joe, I, Steve Bristow, Gil, Dennis Groth, finance, you know. We were all friends and no politics and all that, and we all worked together and part of the team. It was great. Once Ray took over, nope, it was all a closed office, and he met with all his hires from Procter & Gamble, and so I realized, okay, I'm out of this. I'm either gonna have to quit because Nolan had gone, Joe had gone, Lipkin, everybody had gone. I figured, well, I'll go back, this is my baby, I'm gonna do it one more time. And we had used holography, we couldn't keep secrets at Atari. We're just no good at it. So we decided the best thing to do was put out disinformation. So one of the best ones was the next coin-op game is going to have holography in it. It was like, what the hell is that? I knew what it was, because having, you know, been to college and studied this physics and stuff. But that was just. But anyway, I decided, well, let's do something in holography. Maybe there's something there. I'll take it. Sounds hard. Sounds interesting. I know a little bit about it. And we proceeded to explore holography and what could be done, and came up with a holographic toy that basically sold it to Ray, saying, how would you like, because the cartridge video game business seemed to be very good, how would you like to have a system where the cartridge, it's a cartridge-based system, but the cartridges are half the cost of, everything is half the cost of the VCS. And, hey, go ahead. It were very simple. They were nothing more than an LED. A simple LED game, the handheld LED game in those days. The only difference was we had a hologram with 2 images on it. You look through this box, and there were 2 lamps inside, and when you'd crash a spaceship, you'd see a hologram of a spaceship crashing. But you could look through this half metallized Mylar and play a Space Invader game or something like that. We did all the work, put everything together, got a chip designed, package designed, and at the end, Ray wouldn't. We even took it to the toy fair or the consumer. And marketing wouldn't show it, wouldn't back it up, and we did it ourselves, engineering. And we think we sold 100,000 of them, but Ray would not release it, just wouldn't do it. And I realized that was it. They're not going to release that. I mean, this is now in a time when if it failed, you wouldn't even notice it. It wouldn't be a pimple on the balance sheet, but they were afraid to do it. Back when the whole company was, we're sure we'd do it. So that was the end of my career at Atari.
Dang, that's kind of like heartbreaking in a way. This, you know, especially when so much work goes into things, to have them like not get released, even when you you have orders for things and stuff. I don't know. It just, heartbreaking. I do want to point out that this did talk about, and this is just a way that this collection works. It talked about the VCS there. That is the 2600, also known as. And so, though we haven't played any 2600 games from this collection because they're packaged differently, chronologically we're all the way into 1981. We will be going back and playing some of those 2600 games that we're missing out on right now. America, the giant arcade. No longer novelties relegated to the back of pinball parlors, coin-operated video games became ubiquitous in the early 1980s. Games could now be found not only in thousands of dedicated arcades, but also in bowling alleys, restaurants, laundromats, supermarkets, practically anywhere people might be found with quarters in their pockets and a little time on their hands. Oh boy, Asteroids Deluxe. So, Asteroids Deluxe followed up on the smash success of Asteroids. The deluxe version of the game, designed by David Shepard, introduced several new features to challenge players who had mastered the original game. A shield instead of the hyperspace jump, which I was bad at using, and I will be just as bad at using the shield. New enemy types, and a higher difficulty level overall, because that's what you want in life, is things just to be more difficult as your life goes forward. Introducing the Killer Satellite, the Asteroids Deluxe flyer reveals that the segmented enemy ship that attacks the player starting in the second wave is officially called the Killer Satellite. And that, of course, is this sort of imagery is stuff that wouldn't be seen. But here we have quadrascan video graphics float over actual three-dimensional full-color playfield, which is really cool. Thank you for the follow, Bobby G. Into. Bobby, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but hello and welcome in. And the marquee, I mean, just the art that was created for these games is astounding. I love it. There was just a real, the visual that you were providing as you were creating an arcade machine to sell the imagination on something, that you weren't really representing graphically. I love, look at this spaceship, these spaceship designs. It's very 80s. Reminds me just of some of the plans that some people in the late 70s and 80s were doing these ship designs for the Excelsior in Star Trek, the next class of Enterprise, and a lot of these sort of angular nacelles and things like that. That was really in this style. So and the detail that you get in all of this, yeah, just fascinating. And I mean, obviously this is after Star Wars. But I was just watching actually Doctor Who from the 1973, I think the episode was, Frontier in Space. And it had that sort of dark, grungy sci-fi look several years before Star Wars, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So Asteroids Deluxe, I think I will want to play this on the keyboard again, because the keyboard works pretty well. I know that I'm saying current. Yeah, I don't even say current controls. Good. Oh, and this is a different game. So if you are new here, I do try to provide some technical details of the games that I play in that bottom section there. So if you're interested in sort of what was the sound system used, things like that, or what were the original controls, that information is all below when I update it. And so when that game name doesn't reflect what I'm playing, that's a streamer issue, and the streamer needs to pay attention to what he's doing. Yeah. So, okay, this is fascinating. I think it is actual 3D artwork. Wow. Multiple layers? I don't know how easy this is gonna be to see, frankly. We've moved from white to blue in terms of our laser color. So Asteroids, the original, was a, again, this is a vector laser game. This is like, if you are finding this hard to see on stream, it is also hard to see, oh my gosh, these stupid arrows. It is also hard to see not on stream. AKA in real life. I do not like that killer satellite. It is rude and awful, and it has already killed me. Oh, I see. So the shield is fun. The shield bumps you. Ooh, okay. Can I effectively enter my initials? No. Well, I got a K at least. Oh, right, because that's press the shield button. I forgot. These arcade games are so new at this whole concept of, oh my gosh, entering scores, which is fascinating because, like, really, pinball had that, I think, for a while. Not like entering scores necessarily with a 3-letter display, but just like this concept that you were competing with other people who played the same game. Okay, I don't like you. You fly towards me, and then you try to kill me, and it's rude. I do note that the ship is like prettier in this. There's some like actual design put to the ship. And since this is all drawn with a single laser, what you have to imagine is that essentially the laser is like moving around, drawing each of these things, almost like how I guess a 3D printer would work. Sort of tracing a path as determined by the programming. Can I insert more coins? Probably not. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. The aliens can shoot each other? That's so much worse. Maybe I can enter my name correctly, though. Okay. Hyperspace, not hyperspace. Press the shield button. Okay, M. Z or Z. Also, for those who are new and don't know much about me, I'm Canadian, and so I say Z usually. Sometimes I say Z, and I think that's because of the rhymes. But yeah. So that is Asteroids Deluxe. That is shields wear out with use. Players alternate until the supply of ships is exhausted. That is just that's just a fun game. I enjoy Asteroids. I enjoy Asteroids Deluxe. I think I enjoy Asteroids Deluxe a little bit more than Asteroids. Warlords. Okay. Warlords is an interesting game. So this was available in like just a variety of things. This is a, this had a 3D mirror colored playfield. Gosh, it feels like some of these like experiences were poorly emulated in the now times. But yeah, this is Warlords. This is, when the Pong style game was on its way out of favor in arcades, Atari still had one last hit up its sleeve with Warlords, a 4-player competitive breakout style game in which each player had to defend their castle from the other 3. Players played heavily to this day. It is a landmark entry in the history of local multiplayer versus gaming. And so I'm hoping that the single player version of this works. But essentially, as you can see, it's going to be kind of like a 4-player Pong, like Pong-ish game, where you're trying to destroy the towers and like the warlords in the 4 quadrants. That's the goal of this. And so you are going to be one player. I guess there were team versions of this. That's cool. And I'm just going to view the controls and see what's going on. So we have, yeah. So there's power stones and stuff. Some specifications. Okay. I mean, very, very pretty playfield. So let's resume and let's give this a shot. So I am the purple/green at the bottom. And I believe that there is an enemy. Yeah, there is an AI version of this. Okay. Oh my gosh. Right. And you can sort of like hold that fireball. But I am getting like destroyed by the AI. And it'd be really nice if they would attack each other for a bit. Thank you. The paddles are like too small. Oh, I see you. So now my like warlord has no tower. You see that? So like now I'm very vulnerable. Oh, you just right back at me. Ooh, yeah. Took out a chunk of that guy. Oh, and now we have two. And so that warlord is now gone, but now I'm very much at like risk of dying myself. Ooh, and there we go, game over. But we get music now. And I think that's the first, I think this might be the first game where we're using the unamplified Pokey. The Atari's sound system was called the Pokey. Okay. Can I do this with a mouse? Oh, I can play this with a mouse. That is exciting. I will have to play this again as I look for the M. Because I was playing with the keyboard, and that is not as good. So let's try this again. Not quite as good as being able to play with the scroll wheel. That would be ideal, but ha! Ah, shoot. That was unfortunate. Attack each other, please. Ah. There we go. Oh, now we get two because there's another warlord gone. I see. But if I can like trap it behind. Ooh. Rude. I would like to grab this, please. Shoot. That's not where I wanted that to go. I know where I want it to go, and that is like in that hole there. Oh boy. There we go. And I died right away. But a new high score. So this is the fun of M C. There we go. High score 7,000. Not bad, not bad. Let's try this again. I don't like that the dragon like picks on me when we start. But like in terms of playing this with like 4 different players, that would be fun. Yes, keep fighting each other. No, don't fight me. Fight each other. Haha. Ooh. Ouch. That's dangerous because when I use the power like catch thing, I definitely, it comes back to haunt me. Oh, I am very exposed right now. My, like, attempts to destroy the enemy have gone poorly. Oh my gosh. I have, like, no defense anymore. Ah! Oh my gosh. I have like no walls and somehow the walls are still the things being hit. Okay. Ah. I just want to know if there's different music if you win. But I didn't get the high score. There's only one high score recorded for this. Ooh. Serious damage there. Ha! Oh. Rude. Very rude. I just like the idea that this playfield, like, because you can basically do whatever you want in terms of... Yeah, you're just going to, like, stand there, aren't you? You're not going to let me come back there and... Fine. Ha! Ah! And I died anyways. Too much hubris. I wonder, maybe the keyboard will be... Maybe the Xbox controller will... It's slower. Mouse is definitely faster. Maybe not enough. You're right. You are right, Petulant Cobra. Something that I did not consider. After all, I am supposed to be a warlord. Oh my gosh. I see what you're doing. I'm failing to do anything about it, but I see what you're doing. For some reason, my clicking isn't working anymore. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to click and it's like, it's not holding? Should I be using the spacebar to do that instead? Maybe? Yeah, let's try that. That didn't help. Oh my gosh. No! Ah! 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 Oh boy. Okay. Ah. So close. Also, you can like speed up the selection thing by like pressing start. So that dragon is rude and is still rude and is just rude. I love the like almost spring of the sound. Oh, it destroys my own walls when I like walk around with it spinning like that. That's good to know. That's probably a reason why I'm losing. I'm burning my own walls down. That's got to be bad strategy, right? I mean, missing the fireball is also bad strategy. The longer you hold that, the more it burns your... I see. I have been very non-judicious with my use of the Super Ball. And I have been burning much of my own area. I see how I have erred in my ways. And I see how correcting my ways is not, like, helping me. Oh my gosh! Ah! That's fair, Val. That is fair. It is only right that I be the one to burn the things down. Are you gonna let me start? Yeah? No? Yeah? All right, spacebar is start. I keep forgetting that every arcade game has its own controls, because why wouldn't it? Hecking dragons. Yeah, burn your own thing down. Or burn my wall down, whatever. I don't need a wall anyways. Oh, shoot. That was just blatant missing. Rude. Ooh. I think I got a good shot off. How are you doing today, Val? Hopefully less material things on fire than here in Warlordsville. No. Oh my gosh. Oof. Ooh, hurting a lower back is not fun, and thus is probably worse on fireness than this virtual on fireness that we have going on here. Yeah, fire it at me again, that's fine. Always fire it at player one. It's not like it's predictable or anything. Yes, please fight again amongst yourselves. No, amongst yourselves. Stop aiming at the only human player. Good. It's been a relatively smooth start of the year, I think. Outside of, like, obviously, I've been having fun at work, doing things like dealing with start of term and how authentications are super fun. If you ever want to have a lot of fun, oh my gosh. Definitely recommend working in upper education. Doing really anything that sort of like deals with students when they are coming, especially from different countries, and you're trying to deal with like multi-factor authentication. Highly recommended. I am amazed that I'm still as alive as I am. Ooh, boy. That feels dangerous. Ooh. I wish I was on a team with that other character up there. Ooh, but I am not. That wasn't even a high score. Oh, come on. We can do this better. Maybe. I can start by not losing 2 blocks of protection. I believe the 2600 version of this is also included in this particular Atari collection because, I mean, the reality is why not include as much as you can in an Atari collection, I guess. I think that's the thinking. Was this a 4-player paddle controller on the 2600, Val? Do you know? Because I'm presuming it was paddle controller. That makes sense. The 2600 was sort of well set up for that, like, multiplayer-ness. In ways that other things didn't really take advantage of. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that for now at least is Warlords. Again, I will look into some of this stuff and see what we have to grind. Oh, this I'm looking forward to. Okay, Centipede with a trackball because it's on PC. So I get to use a trackball. I'm very excited about this. Oh, shoot. Well, that was Warlords. I'm going to play at least one game of Warlords with the correct overlay information on it. Trackball on trackball game is not cheating. It is awesome. But I do wish I could use the scroll wheel on my Kensington for controlling the paddle games. Again, consistently picking on the human player. Ooh. Some of these are developing some weaknesses. Ooh. Oh boy. I'm a little bit worried about what's going to happen when some of these ones at the top actually do die. Like, what direction are things going to fly in? Because, like, that was going to do that. Oh my gosh. Stressful. Oh, shoot. Oh. Right, new game because it started over. So that's not a better high score than I got previously, but it is at least a high score. Okay, oh my gosh. Again, this would be so much easier with a wheel. Okay, so there we go. That is Warlords. I remembered to have the correct underlay stuff while I was playing it. Yay. Overlay stuff. Now, back to Centipedes. There we go. Centipede. And I think Centipede is probably where I'm going to wind up ending today. So we do have a bunch of fun documentation though, so let's go through some of this. New game ideas, a page from the list of high-level concepts for new Atari arcade games, probably during the early 1980s, that includes Bug Shooter, aka Shoot the Centipede. This paragraph describes the very basics of the concept of players shooting a centipede that breaks into multiple segments when hit, but has not been fleshed out any further than that. So we have interesting. We have like rocket launch, which is kind of like a tanky thing. Fascinating. Here we have Bug Shooter. This is kind of a video shooting arcade. XY monitor, upright or cocktail cabinet would probably not be simultaneously two-player. The player would control a gun which could move horizontally back and forth at the bottom of the screen. A long multiple segment object would appear at the top of the screen. This object would snake its way back and forth across the screen as it advances towards the player's gun. The player must shoot and destroy the object before it reaches his gun. They eat metal. The difficulty in doing this is that each time the object is shot one of its central segments, that the segment is destroyed, but now there are two smaller segments, each sneaking down the screen on separate paths. The player is given an X amount of lives, can earn more by achieving bonus score levels as the game progresses. Longer and longer centipedes come down and move faster and faster. Then we get this more fleshed out in this development document, where it apparently was going to be played on modified soccer hardware. There's a little bit more detail. Obstacles are going to be placed to absorb the player's shots and redirect the centipede. Here we have players seeking bugs that are added as additional enemies. And here we have one of the original drawings. So this is the design documents just showing the Centipede game score. I like how this was, I mean, it almost certainly done on graph paper, but I mean, maybe not. It's hard to tell with these scans. But I do like the different, the gun moves between these rows. We sort of have that, the XY-ness, just bonus score stuff. I like how each row is sort of like numbered by, I guess, probably clock count or something like that. Or I guess where it is in memory, but yeah, and here we have sort of very nicely drawn. It's fascinating to see like how this stuff would have been developed on sort of paper and described before being implemented. Regarding your Centipede game description, consider a theme of Dragon Quest with dragons trying to steal gold and jewels. Limiting the mobility of the knight or wizard to the entire bottom half of the screen. Separated dragon segments shorter than 2 units head and tail die. Longer segments become separate dragons. Multi-headed dragons, multiple player weapons. One life is an archer, one is a wizard, one is a knight, etc. And so that's interesting because we do actually get games later on where you do get to choose your class. And so it's interesting that we do see that relatively soon. And then we get that beautiful promotional flyer showing off some of that gameplay. I love the little like mushroom humps and the theming of the flyer. And while it's true that I could never have made Centipede without the help of more experienced people at Atari, it's equally true that Atari could never have made Centipede without me. Donna Bailey. And so there's Donna Bailey working on Centipede. All right, so let's give Centipede a little play with a trackball, or as Val likes to say, cheating. So this is co-created by Donna Bailey and Ed Logg. Centipede had a distinctive pastel color palette, coloring the game's varying mushroom fields and attacking insects, that is often credited for its appeal to both male and female players. The Strong National Museum of Play added Centipede to its World Video Game Hall of Fame in 2020. All right, let us play this. Ooh, I love the screen distortion. They did a really good job of visually presenting the arcade stuff in this collection. Though my mouse is moving so slowly, my gosh. Okay, so trackball on trackball game, cheating, but also stupidly difficult because of some of the ways in which this interprets mouse input. I wonder if this would be easier with my actual mouse that I could just ramp the DPI up on. Okay, let's try less cheating. And just use a mouse, which is kind of cheating. But it's still miles better than using an Xbox gamepad. Oh my gosh. Ah! So we're running into the situation again where I'm not great at this game. But let's try to at least get onto the game score, the high scoreboard. Before I have to go for the night, because I do have a work engagement at 10 p.m. Eastern, which is coming up soon. Some delightful changes in prod for the way that our login screen looks. Because there are some new...
Helms just resubscribed for 23 months. You wouldn't download a Centipede.
RJ Helms, thank you for resubscribing. 23 months, that is so incredibly... How is it even possible? Like, how is it possible that I've been, like, on here long enough for that? My gosh. Ah! Hecking spider? That's true. Millipedes are much better value for your bites. Gosh. What changed on 4 p.m. on a Friday, RJ Helms? Although, honestly, when it comes to authentication stuff, we just change things all the time because who doesn't love improving user experiences? Let's get some of these things out of here. I still feel like my input devices are all too slow in this game. Are there any good, like, home arcade machines that have, like, good controls for, like, games like this? Because, like, button mashers and stuff like that, sure. Ouch. Rude. Clear this out. Come on. Come on! take out some of these annoying things that are so low. 10,000 points? Not even 10,000 points. Do I get like a bonus? I don't even get a bonus of 10,000. Well, at least now that I've ramped up the sensitivity on my mouse, it seems to be moving better. Woo! Quick moves. Now I just have to be worried that I'm going to accidentally bump into something. If I move backwards or something like that too fast. Oh my gosh. Oof. That is, yeah. I feel like that when I do things like apply OBS updates right before I stream. Which is like, you know, not the best time to do that, in theory, or practice. And I didn't do that today. I only updated all of my bot software today. Oh, come on. Ah, shoot. That was definitely on me. Ah! Well, I got over 10,000. I'm getting better at this. That is what I'm noting. In theory. And if I'm not actually getting better at this, don't check my math. Yeah. I get that, RJ Helms. At a certain point, it's just like, it's the thing that you just gotta do. Oh my gosh. Why do I go straight towards the things that leave the blocks in the straight lines that are like, not awful to clear up? Like, they're not great to clear up, but like, okay, that's bad. Because that, like, particularly, that didn't go well. Stop getting down here so quickly. Well, I'm getting slightly further. Meh. Oh, shoot. Not enough. Not enough yet. That was like 11,000, and it was 10,000 last time, so I'm still in theory getting better at this. In theory. Oh my gosh. I do feel like earlier versions of this emulated it slower or something like that. Like, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Like, sometimes this just jumps. That's fair, like, it's allowed to, but like, it's moving so smoothly and seamlessly, and like, I don't know, I just didn't do this in other versions of this. Definitely not the first version I played of this, which was the, again, Microsoft Entertainment Pack version of Centipede, for which I also used, like, a pointing device. Oh. Okay, Spider, you just die. And then we kill a lot of the Centipede here. Okay, that was worse than last time. Okay. I feel like there's an attempt to keep the playfield, like, quote unquote, dirty, if that makes sense. Ouch. Again, I'm just like sitting there in the line of fire, like virtually intentionally. And it does net some points, but like still not worth. Shoot. It is going to be very difficult to make this happen. Nope. Okay, this is it definitely worse. If they just want to, like, shoot stuff, that's fine. Be like that. Come on. Ah! Well, I'm definitely doing better than last time. Oh, lizard. Oh my gosh. I do not like when basically the whole centipede is down here. It does not spell good things for me. But I am relatively. So close to 12,000. So close, but not 12,000. Not actually 12,000. Just close to. Because actually 12,000 would be like, you know, what I'm aiming for, and we can't hit that yet. It is not yet time for me to go to work. But I do only have 10 minutes, so I think I will probably call it after this, and we might come back and play more of this when I next stream, but I don't know when that is. It'll be when I have free time next. Whatever free time is supposed to look like. Well, like getting those things that drop down on you is like, come on! Ah! Not the worst way of getting points. Although I feel like the easiest way of getting points is to like, not like that. Not like that. Okay, one more time. I don't remember Funland. That is a shame. Because that would have been, fun. The thing that I remember most is Sugar Mountain? Candy Mountain? which had, you know, nothing to do with video games, but had a lot to do with if you wanted, like, salted black licorice, or just an excuse to get out of math class. Well, math class getting out of was usually the corner store across the street. We had permissive math teachers at times, is what I am remembering. Ah, shoot. That is not how to win. Like, I don't know if anybody in this stream other than me and RJ ever had math teachers who let you play handball against the back wall of the classroom. Because that was my high school math experience. Regardless of whether or not the students in the classroom on the first floor appreciated the noise. What if I just focus on being good at, like, killing the centipedes? Would that help me? Would that assist in my goal? Oh, gosh. It does not help when I just, like, beeline straight for those droppy things. Oh my gosh. Spider, please. Ooh. There's no way that this will work out. It just won't. Okay, I got an extra snake head, which I then lost immediately. But we have a chance. We can, like, at least, we're gonna get somewhere on the scoreboard. I don't know where. Ah, shoot. Ah. Well, I didn't get the top of the scoreboard. But I didn't get the bottom of the scoreboard either. So things could have been worse. Right under EJD. All right, so that is where, for tonight, I am still dissatisfied because I'm not at the top of the scoreboard board. And I think quitting might have reset my progress. But that was Arcade Origins. Ooh, I'm also, like, getting some sassiness from OBS. So apologies if I'm, like, dropping frames or anything like that. But that's it's given me some red squares, so hopefully stream isn't too bad. If it got messy at all, I am going to be putting stuff up on YouTube. My YouTube channel is there. I'm glad it seemed fine to you. It's like sassing me out with all sorts of colors, but that could be my local recording. That could be, I genuinely don't know all of the things that could be. I will now slightly ruin things. I'm sure I'll drop frames for this as I find somebody fun to raid as we go. But then I'm gonna hop into work right away. So yeah, we're gonna go raid Plumberry Muffin, who is currently playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I believe. Plumberry Muffin. There we go. And we'll throw that raid. We have a raid message here. It is spread love, not trash. So if you want to spread love, not trash in Plumberry's stream, let's head over there, and I'll see y'all later.